Hello, everyone. I'm Justin,
And I'm Marcella.
and this is Sailor Manga, the podcast where we take a deep dive into the iconic Sailor Moon manga by Naoko Takeuchi and discuss it to our heart's content. Happy Monday, Marcella. How's it going?
It's going well, thank you. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Drinking some wine, feeling fine. Still 29.
Same here. Not the 29 bit, but the
Just the
wine
drinking
bit.
wine. Yeah.
Just the drinking wine, feeling fine part.
Awesome. Perfect. So today we will be discussing, I believe it's Act 7, which is titled Mamoru Chiba Tuxedo Mask. But as always, before we get to that, we got some moon news. Marcella, what's your moon news?
Well, it's a biggie.
I'm excited. Tell me.
Good. You're sitting down, I assume.
I'm sitting down. I got my mug in my
Okay.
hand. I'm ready.
So I'm very distressed, first of all,
Mm.
because, as you know, you let me know the bad news the other day that the
Ugh,
website that I've been watching
I
Sailor
know.
Moon anime on no longer exists.
It got shut down. Yeah, it's really disheartening news.
And I'm kind of stuck. So if we do have any listeners,
Yeah.
aside from my husband and my mum, please, and you're UK based, just please let me know where I can find it. I need it.
Seriously. I'll try to do some research for you, see if I can find something out.
I will as well. I'm not very good on the internet, but
Yeah.
I'm going to do some Googling as well. It must be somewhere. I just can't fathom that I'm not going to be able to watch it anywhere.
Right. I can't believe y'all don't have Hulu. That really sucks.
Yeah, I know. I'm really jealous. I want Hulu and I want Target in the UK now.
So that you can get all the Sailor Moon stuff.
Yes.
Mm. Well, that sucks.
So,
It's really
yeah.
sad.
So that's part one. Part two,
Okay.
the updated saga of the Nap Blanket.
Yes, the Nat Blanket Saga. Yes, tell me.
It's arrived.
You got it?
I got it today.
Oh my god! Today, the day we're recording.
Yeah.
It's about fucking time.
Right? I'm so happy. So yeah, I've got it. That part is over.
Good.
The saga ends here.
Oh, well, I'm so glad that we had a good, happy ending to the Nat Blanket Saga.
I know. Thank you for tuning in. It's been wonderful. I was going to send you a photograph, actually, a picture, but then I thought, no, I'm going to wait and I'm going
Save
to
it for the
surprise you
podcast. Yay!
on
That's
the
so
podcast.
exciting.
But yeah,
Have
no,
you
I'll
unfurled
send
it?
that. I have. It's beautiful. I'm going to take a photograph. So my cat Judith,
Yes.
Luna lookalike. It's her
Our
birthday
resident Luna.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's her birthday tomorrow. So
Aww.
I'm going to be very sad and do a photo shoot of her on the nap blanket.
Oh my god, you gotta put a cashew on her forehead.
I've got to put a cashew on her forehead, yeah, just for Alan.
Just for Alan.
I honestly thought he was dissing my art skills the other day.
No, he wasn't.
So much. I mean, he could have, to be fair.
He
Anyway.
could have. Yeah, it was from that Sailor Moon fan-made movie. It looks like they have a
Yes.
cashew taped to Luna's head. It's hilarious. It's wonderful.
And that's the other tiny little bit of Moon update. I've watched only the first 20 minutes. Gobsmacked.
Oh, okay. Isn't it
Absolutely
terribly amazing?
Gobsmacked. I don't quite know what to think. Yeah, I had to do a lot of screenshots just to send to people
Yeah.
who actually don't watch Sailor Moon, so they'd be like, but I sent that one to you with the Sailor V.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to finish it. I'm gonna try to finish it this evening.
If it's any consolation, I haven't finished it yet either.
I need to be a couple of glasses of wine deep, I think.
Yeah, that's the best way to enjoy it. I agree.
Anyway, what's your main news? Sorry, mine was a bit long.
Oh no, that's totally fine. My moon news. So first up, I think I sent you pictures of it. My friend Kelly, shout out to Kelly. She for Christmas,
Hi, Kelly.
she painted me two paintings. One of them's Luna, like Luna's head.
Yeah.
And it says Fighting Evil by Moonlight, and then an Artemis one that says Winning Love by Daylight.
Yes.
And
you
I
did
finally,
send me those. They're gorgeous.
Oh yes, they're so good. She did a great job on them. Well, I finally hung them up this morning.
Oh.
So they have a nice little place in the bedroom, so I can wake up and see it every morning.
Oh, nice. Oh, you'll have to send me a photo then.
Yeah, I will.
Show them. Yeah.
And my last bit of they're so great. My last bit of moon news is I watched a couple random episodes of Sailor Moon since we recorded. I watched a couple episodes of Sailor Moon Crystal. on my birthday, so that was a lot of fun. And then today I was watching a couple episodes of the original anime. I watched the weight loss episode that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Because it's learn how to lose weight from Usagi, I think is what it's called.
Yeah,
It's an interesting one.
don't
Yeah,
eat
but
and get on the
I just want to
treadmill.
say, if anybody had any problems with how we were talking about Luna last episode, I'm talking to you, Paul, directly. If you have any qualms about it, in that episode, she draws a pink outline of Usagi, and she's like, Usagi says, "Oh, who's this overweight person?" Basically, and Luna's like, "It's you in 6 months, bitch." So,
Yeah,
just just in case you had any qualms, Luna's a bitch. Love her, but she's a bitch. So.
she had it coming. She had
She
it coming.
had it coming. Yes, she did. So yeah. Oh, my last bit of Moon news is an update on the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the live action Japanese show.
Yes.
I watched another episode this morning and still great. I mean, it's funny
Yeah.
watching it now that I've watched that or watched most of that fan-made Sailor Moon movie because I'm like, wow, they're kind of similar.
Oh,
Except, the Japanese one has way more of a budget and it's way more like
right.
Power Rangers sort of
I
budget
was
instead
gonna
of
say,
like
I imagine it to be quite Power Rangers
it is, but it's
style.
wonderful. I really enjoy it. So yeah, pretty good. I watched the
It's,
second episode, which introduces Ami, of course.
yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty good. I love their costumes
Is it
in the
based? I can't
show.
remember if you told me. Is it based on the manga or the anime?
It's I think it's mainly based off the manga,
Oh,
but it's
okay.
sort of its own thing, kind of like the anime. It's inspired by is what I'll say. Because there's still a
Okay.
lot of different liberties, like the transformations are like wristwatches,
Oh, right.
so it's
Okay.
still a little bit different than both the manga and the anime. But
Yeah.
it's really good. I really do enjoy it. So
Okay.
it's hard to find a way to
Y
watch it
yeah.
online, I'll say that. But
Another thing
I
I
did
won't be
find
able
it.
to watch.
To watch. Yeah. All
Never
right.
mind.
Well, since we're done with our moon news, we can get into this act. I'm excited for this one.
I am, and I didn't have a chance to do my reread.
Well, that's
I
okay.
did I did read it a few weeks back though, but I wanted to
Yeah,
just read it ahead of today, but I didn't anyway.
it's all good. We forgive you. You're forgiven.
Thank you.
So, as I said earlier, we're reading Act 7, Mamoru Chiba, Tuxedo Mask. And we open to the chapter header of all the girls, even though we haven't met one of them yet, but that's fine. We've
Yeah.
got Minako, Mako.
Spoiler.
Yes, huge spoiler. Rei, Ami, and Usagi. They're all in color. Their hair is the color of their sailor outfits, except for
Yeah.
Usagi, who has
Yeah.
beautifully drawn pink hair.
Mm.
Fun fact, I'm sure you already know this, Marcella, but originally Usagi was gonna have pink hair.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that's why Chibiusa has pink hair because
Oh,
Miyako
okay.
really wanted Usagi to have pink hair, but I think one of the execs or something was like, no, or something like that. But yeah, so I guess
Make
that's why
her a
she has pink
blonde.
hair there. But yeah, she is
Okay.
our resident blonde, at least for now.
Yes.
So we flip the page, and if you need a refresher from last week, Sailor Moon woke up in Tuxedo Mask's apartment. She detransformed, and instead of Tuxedo Mask, there was Mamoru.
Yeah.
So that's where we left off. So in this first panel, we have Usagi saying, or she's thinking to herself, it says, Mamoru Chiba, what is he doing here? And then she
Come on.
says to
Come
him,
on, Isari.
I know. Let's pick up the thought process a little bit here, Usagi. So she says, "Does that mean I'm in?" And Mamoru says, "This is my apartment." And she is shooketh by this.
Yeah.
And she's like, Mamoru Chiba's apartment? Why would I be in his apartment? And then she looks across the room and goes, and she sees Tuxedo's mask. Tuxedo Mask's mask, his hat, and his cape. That's hard to say. Anyway.
Mm.
And he says, "Do you remember?" And he just keeps going. He doesn't let her talk. He's used to her being unconscious and kissing her, like so that's fine.
Yeah.
He's like, "Let's move
True.
on." So he says, after you fainted, nothing I did could wake you up. And then she's just staring at him. She's taking this all in. She's like, let me take about 5 minutes to realize what the fuck is going on here on this day. And she's thinking to herself and she says, I recognize that voice. It's the same low voice and that medallion, because he's wearing the remainder of his tuxedo mask outfit. So
Yeah.
he's got his
Yeah.
little tuxedo medallion hanging from his collar. And she gets off the bed. She picks up his mask and says, why? And then she says, why didn't I notice it before? And she puts up the mask to Mamoru's eyes. And she says, those deep eyes that I could fall right into. Tuxedo mask? It's like, there you go, girl. You got it.
Yeah, she's got it.
She's like, you know what? This does make sense.
Yeah.
But even still, she says, but how? How could you be Tuxedo Mask?
I hate you.
So he says, I lost my memories. I have to find the mystical silver crystal to get them back. She says, your memories? And then we get a lovely little Mamoru backstory. This is one of my favorite parts of
Yeah.
this chapter.
Oh, yeah.
So we get all flashbacks now, and we are treated to an image of young little adolescent Mamoru, and he's laughing. He says, Mom, Dad, come on, let's go. Get in the car. And then literally in the next panel, we see their little faces, and then the car plunging off of a cliff.
Yeah.
It's not subtle.
No.
So then we cut to the hospital, and a doctor says, sadly, his parents didn't make it. The boy, Mamoru, survived. It's a miracle. But unfortunately, the parents, not so lucky.
Yeah. It didn't
And
look good actually from the picture.
No, not at all.
No.
And so then we get this little image of Mamoru in a hospital bed with his little hat, and he's bandaged up. He looks real banged up. And he says, who am I? What am I doing here? I can't remember. Who am I? So, and Usagi's shocked by this. Then we go back to the present, and she's feeling for him in this panel.
Yeah.
She looks really concerned. But Mamoru continues his explanation and says, I was in an accident on my 6th birthday. That's a terrible birthday present, honestly.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Not the
Mamoru.
best.
And he says, I lost my parents and all of my memories. And then, we get this panel where he says he was told his name was Mamoru Chiba, and he woke up in the hospital and they told him his name, but he doesn't remember anything else. And he struggled with it, clearly. He says, am I really Mamoru Chiba or am I someone else? For years, I had no way of knowing. Then I started having this dream, the same dream over and over. And we see the woman again, the woman from his dreams,
Yeah.
saying, please, this mystical silver crystal. And he says, the mystical silver crystal, just that one phrase. And that's all she says every night. The next thing I knew, I was wandering the streets at night like some kind of sleepwalker.
But a well-dressed sleepwalker.
Oh, of course, as always. And he says, and I was dressed in a tuxedo like a gentleman thief, searching for the only
Who
clue to my identity.
we know is Lupin, wasn't it? The
Yes,
gentleman
Lupin,
thief.
the gentleman thief. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We did our research.
We did.
So he says, the mystical silver crystal. And she's like, whimsy. And he goes, what about you? Like they're on some sort of date or something, like something traumatic didn't just happen.
Can we just point out that he's imparted a lot of information? Luna needs to take note.
Yeah, like he didn't beat around the bush. He's like, hey, you're in my apartment. We know who each other are. Here's the sitch, sweetie.
I'm gonna tell you my story.
Yeah, Luna needs to be outside
Yeah.
with a pen in her mouth. And she's like, oh, right, straightforward. Got it. Okay, let me scribble that down.
Yeah, straight to the point. Anyway.
So Usagi says, huh? And he says, you're looking for it too, aren't you? The mystical silver crystal? Why? And she's like, well, I don't really know. Luna told me to find it and protect it. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks, Luna. Thanks for, giving us the shit info.
Yeah.
And so Mamoru is a little perturbed by this because he's like, ... I see. So he's fed up with Luna too. And honestly, as you should be. So Usagi's thinking to herself, I never would have guessed that that's why he... And then she thinks back to Luna, which I will say, I love this little drawing of Luna while she's reminiscing. It looks really cute. She thinks about Luna saying, I didn't want to think Tuxedo Mask was our enemy. You must protect the silver crystal. We can't let it fall into enemy hands. And Usagi says, I can hear Luna in my head sounding the alarm bells. But it's too late. We share a secret now. Is it really so wrong to trust him? Luna, what do I do? My heart is racing. I wish time would stop so that I could stay in this moment forever. And I just want to take a moment for
Mm.
this page because it looks really romantic the way it's drawn.
Yes. I'm feeling it's cracking my
Pulling
cold
at the
old heart.
heartstrings.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they're silhouetted in shadow, but you can still see their outfits. You just can't see their faces. And I don't know, it just looks really pretty.
Yeah, it does. And her hair's flowing as always. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's great. So then she thinks better of this situation and she's like, Luna's waiting for me. I have to go. And then, oh, I love this moment. He like puts his hand on her shoulder one last time. I'm so sorry. I keep on clearing my throat. I'm struggling today.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I think I'm good. I think it's the wine. It's like, bitch, you knew that you were gonna be talking and you're drinking this wine to fuck with your vocal cords. Anyway, he says Usako. That's the first time he ever calls her Usako, and it definitely won't be the last. Let me just tell you a spoiler right here. So this is I looked this up because I was interested, like what exactly the origin of this nickname was. Because Usa is part of her name, obviously, but
Yeah.
Ko can mean like child, little, small, and apparently it basically just means small bunny. So he's calling her his little
That's so
small bunny.
cute.
Yeah,
This is
so
embarrassing.
Usako.
Embarrassing to admit, but Paul calls me Bunny. That's his
That's so
nickname. That's his pet
cute.
name for me.
Aw. You need
I'm
to go back and
gonna
tell him, call me
yeah.
Usako from now on.
Yeah, or which and the small bunny or small bunny as well,
Yeah, so
if you can't
cute.
remember. Oh, anyway, we may edit
So,
that out.
if you want me to, I will.
No, it's fine. I shouldn't be embarrassed. Everybody has pet
No, it's
names.
so cute. Yeah, that's cute. So the reason Mamoru stopped her is because he's like, here's your bag, and he calls her Usako again. Super cute.
Yeah.
He looks really, really dreamy in that panel too, where he has her
He
bag.
does, doesn't he?
Yeah, like the sheen of his hair's looking right. It's looking good, looking good. So Usagi's leaving with her bag, and she's like, he just called me Usako, and his name is Mamoru. Maybe I'll call him Mamo. So they got
Oh,
nicknames for each other now.
so cute. I'm loving these
So
two.
cute. Yeah, this is when you really start to like root for them,
Yeah.
even though they still don't know their pasts. But I love the interactions. It's so good.
Yeah.
So then she reaches into her pocket and she's like, oops, I took it with me, his broken pocket watch. And then we cut back to Mamoru and he says, very soon, the curtain of night. And he's thinking back to the night of the masquerade ball. And he
Yeah.
still has Usagi's handkerchief.
Yeah.
And the curtain of night will fall. And he's like putting her handkerchief to his face. At the same time, outside, she puts his pocket watch to her face.
I love that.
Me too. I love the side by side of them
Yeah.
together. It's so cute.
Yeah. Very cute.
So then we cut to the Crown Game Center as usual, and someone through a computer screen is talking to Luna. And they say, so you're saying they've all awakened, but they don't have any memories of their lives as guardians? And she says, no, they don't. None of them have fully awakened, but Sailor Moon especially has a long way to go. It's too soon. We should wait. So also, here's what we're going to call bullshit again.
Yeah.
Because here's a whole nother layer. Not only is Luna not telling them the entire story, but she's also not telling them who she's getting her information from. Clearly, she's talking to someone about them.
Yeah.
It's like, Luna, give it up. The secrets, we're done with them.
Yeah.
So it looks like an image of a girl is on the screen. And she says, but we don't have time, Luna. The enemy is at our door, and most of all, innocent people are in danger. And she's real upset. Bitch, you put yourself in this situation. If you would just be
Yeah.
honest, if you would just be honest for once, you maybe
It is
wouldn't
very
feel like
cute.
shit.
Very
Yeah,
cute little
she does look cute.
shocked face though, but she's kind of
Yeah. So then we cut to our favorite kingdom, the Dark Kingdom, and Zoisite is watching a recap show of Sailor Moon, I guess. It's very interesting, their technology, but watching a recap of Sailor Moon's battles. And
Yeah.
he's
Is
thinking
there
to himself,
somebody
what
with a camcorder that we
yeah, is there a camera
haven't
crew of the Dark
seen?
Kingdom camera crew? Like, what the fuck? But I love it. And he's thinking, what is this enormous burst of power coming from Sailor Moon? Those humans were so drained of energy, they were just waiting to die, but her power was enough to revive them. And then Kunzite pops up behind Zoisite and was like, the power of the mystical silver crystal, perhaps?
Mm.
And then I'm not sure who's saying this, but someone says, are you suggesting that they already have it? I would
I think
assume
think
Isn't that
it's
Zoisite?
Beryl. I don't know. I think it's Beryl.
Oh, it is Beryl. You're totally right, because that's usually the font that they use for Beryl. Because they do have different fonts sometimes. So Zoisite yells after Queen Beryl, and she's on a mission. There's a little grr next to her.
She's not
She's
impressed.
traveling. Yeah, she's on a mission. She's going down to a deep, deep chamber within the Dark Kingdom, and she opens it up through these big, big doors with it looks like a horse on it, so, a man on a
I don't
horse.
know, but I'm getting real kind of Lord of the Rings vibes with those stairs going down in the cavern.
Yeah, it's very weird, but I'm here for it.
I am.
So Beryl says, "Great supreme ruler, Queen Metalia, awake. I offer you this most blessed gift of energy to grant you brief revival." So the entire time we've been reading this manga, they keep on talking about the supreme ruler. But this is the
Yeah.
first time that we've gotten a name. Her name is Queen
Beryl's boss.
Metalia. Beryl's boss, that's right. So Beryl is, sending this energy forth, and a weird, smoky aberration comes up with eyes and a mouth.
Yeah.
It's like a smoke monster. It's very terrifying.
It looks
And
big.
I'm going to use my gravelly voice for this. Are you ready? Voice
Oh,
acting.
do
Quiet
it.
on set. Energy. Okay. Ooh, hurry, hurry, give me the mystical silver crystal. This energy is not enough. Ooh. There we go.
Oh, that's good. I was there.
Thank you.
I was in the
You felt
moment.
it.
Yeah.
So then Beryl says, Queen Metalia, my henchmen, the four heavenly kings, have been searching far and wide, but we have yet to find a single clue. The only place left is the land of Japan. And then, okay, I'll do Metalia one more time. I can feel it. Here, even here, deep within the bowels of the earth, I feel its power. I'm just gonna keep cutting to it. Beryl says, but we cannot find it, and now guardians have appeared, and they thwart our progress. They may even have obtained the mystical silver crystal for themselves. Oh,
Mhm.
guardians, you say? Servants of that vile kingdom that entombed me all those centuries ago. Have they been reborn? Have they returned to seal me away again? I will not have it. You must not allow the heir to the loathsome moon kingdom to wake.
You can't tell, but I'm sat
Crush
here with my
them.
mouth open.
Crush
Sorry.
them and take the mystical silver crystal from their clutches. This time I will revive. This planet will be mine again, and for that, I need the stone. This time I will have this planet. Everything in this world will be mine. All right, that's it for
Oh,
my voice
I'm
acting.
scared.
Yeah, I wanted it to have, I wanted it to be scary.
I'm gonna be hiding under my Usagi nap blanket tonight.
If there's any voice, producers out there who want to hire me, I'm available.
Yeah.
I have a versatile voice. Thank you so much. Anyway, so even Beryl is shook by this, as you can see, because it cuts back to Beryl and she's just like, "Oh shit, okay." And
Yeah.
she's got shivers. It shows that she's shivering. She's a little fucked up. So,
Beryl is looking beautiful in these last few pages, by the way.
oh,
Just,
gorgeous.
I
Absolutely
love
gorgeous.
her.
So she's thinking to herself, every time I see her, she has grown darker and more massive. If I truly awaken Queen Metalia, she may devour this entire planet. But there's no turning back. Once I broke that seal, my fate was set.
Beryl.
And we get a little bit of Beryl backstory, which is another one of my favorite parts of this.
Yeah.
So it shows a young, beautiful woman discovering this cavern, and she's walking in and she says, I found them that day when I was exploring D Point at the North Pole. It was as if they had been calling to me, those hidden, cursed ruins, the remains of the Dark Kingdom. I gave in to their siren call and I opened the seal, and again, with my own hands, I freed Queen Metalia. This was my destiny, the mystical silver crystal. And then we get this awesome image of Beryl overlooking her
Mm.
globe of energy. Or no, it's the Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's looking at the Earth, probably through her globe, but whatever. And she says,
Yeah.
my dearest wish, if I can but find it, the entire Earth will be mine. I want it. I must have it. I must get it before Queen Metalia does. Then this planet will belong to me, to the heir of the
Mm.
Moon Kingdom. So Beryl wants to take the power of the silver crystal for herself and not give it to Queen Metalia because she's a little shook by Queen Metalia.
She is. She's undercutting her boss then, isn't she?
As she should be. Did you hear
It's
what
like,
Queen Metalia sounded like? She sounds
oh
scary.
yeah, I'm completely on board with it, but dangerous.
Can't wait to listen back to that horror show. Anyway, uh, so then Queen Beryl comes back up the stairs and she says she spots Zoisite and Coonzite again, and she says, "Zoisite, this Sailor Moon, she may know who has the mystical silver crystal, or she may be hiding it for herself." And then we cut back to good old Juban, where we see Naru, our good lovely Naru.
Molly.
Yeah, Molly. And she says, "Oh, Yumiko, Curry." And I guess these are some of the randos. We've heard of Curry
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
But Yumiko's the one with the long hair, and Curry has a cute little bob. It
Yeah.
tells us which is which. And Yumiko says, "Hey, Naru, are you here to rent a video too?" And Naru says, "Usagi's been too busy to hang out with me," sniffle. "So I thought
Oh,
I'd have a movie marathon this weekend." And she looks so sad.
she does.
And she's got this little thing next to her that says, "Usagi, next time I see you, lunch is on you."
Oh, good. I'm glad you could read that because I forgot my reading glasses, so I can't
Yeah,
read that.
I got you
That's
covered.
fine. Thank you.
So then we cut to inside of this video store that they're in, and one of them says, "This video store is huge. When did it even get here?" I'm going to say that was Yumiko. And then Curry says, "It's a chain. They're springing up all over town." And Nari says, "And they're guaranteed to have what you want to watch. Everyone comes here." And then we cut to this. I need to talk about this because we cut to the outside of this video store, and it's called Dark Rentals, Branch 13. And then there's one across the street that says Dark Rentals, Branch number 2. So, in case you didn't know, this is the next Dark Kingdom plot, and they basically want to become the bad Blockbuster.
Yeah.
Their theme for stealing energy is bad Blockbuster, and honestly, I kind of love it. It's very 90s,
I
so I'm here
miss
for it.
Blockbuster.
You and me both before Netflix put them out of business.
Yeah, they were great. I kind of wish they'd got on Netflix before Netflix. That makes
Yeah,
sense. Like they
same.
have
No, I
so
know what you
many.
mean.
Yeah, bit of
And I
forward
think, speaking of
thinking.
Blockbuster, I think that there's one technically still around, but it's not an actual Blockbuster. It's like an Airbnb that you can like stay in for the night.
Oh, does it have videotapes that you can rent? And
You know what? This is going to be our
because
Google. I'm gonna look it up.
that would be cool. I was
So let's
telling
see.
I was speaking to Alan the other day, and we were talking about I was talking about the weekends when I would go and rent VHS tapes. And I was telling him about my local video store. We had a Blockbuster, but it was further out. But my local one was called Hollywood Nights, and we were laughing about how much it sounded like a softcore porn emporium
I
for
love
some
it. That's so
reason.
cute.
Hollywood Nights. Yeah,
Oh
it
my
was good.
God, Marcella, it does have videotapes.
Oh,
I'm going to send you this link so you can look at it.
thank you.
Oh my God, it's so cute. I put it in the Discord.
Okay.
Oh, and it even has the "Be Kind, Please Rewind."
Oh, wow, this is so cool.
Oh, and it
Oh,
has like a little movie set up, and then it's got like the racks of the movies.
be kind, please rewind. I
Oh my
love this.
gosh. This is the best thing ever. Airbnb.com/blockbuster. Is this
That
still
is really
available?
cool.
Oh my God, it's still available.
I love how the decor is blue and yellow as well.
Yes, same. Whoever did this, you're doing the good work in Oregon. You're doing the good
Yeah,
work. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, back to Sailor Moon. Sorry, we got a little
yeah.
sidetracked. That's okay. All right, so Ray is around this dark rental place, just so happens to be, and she overhears two people talking about the dark rentals. Then they're saying, "Did you see the new releases?" "Of course, I'm on a total video binge. I'm making myself sick, staying up every night." And Ray's
Oh
like, "What
dear.
the fuck?" And then one of them says, "You know the mystical silver crystal?" And Ray's like, "There you go." And then some other people are talking, and they're like, "Rumor has it Sailor Moon has it hidden somewhere." Sailor Moon? And then
Oh,
Ray's like, "Oh shit." She's like,
yeah.
"Dark rentals. I sense evil." Dun dun
I love
dun.
I love her that whole image of her.
The drawing of her where she looks really pensive.
Yeah, with her fingers up to her mouth and she's clutching her beads and
Yeah.
just
Mm-hmm.
yeah, perfect
Gorgeous.
Ray. Perfect Ray.
Okay, so then we cut to I believe Juban. It looks like Juban. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's lunchtime at the middle school, and Usagi says, "Lunch, lunch, lunchity lunch." What did Mako bring for lunch today? And oh my god, can there be a cuter drawing of Mako right now?
Just
Like,
add
look at
it
her.
to the ongoing list of cute Mako drawings because,
Honestly.
yeah.
She's like, I brought fruit sandwiches. I recommend the strawberry. That
Mm,
sounds delicious. I
that does sound
love this woman.
delicious.
So anyway, then we see Mako, Usagi, and are looking at Ami, and she's on her computer. And Usagi looks and she says, "Is this data on Sailor V?" And Ami says, "Yes. You said you were curious about her, remember? So I did a bit of research." And then we cut to this little profile page that Ami has set up of two
Yeah.
images of Sailor V, one of them with a little white cat. Who
Mm-hmm.
could that be? I have no idea.
Mm.
But it says Sailor V, name, age, no data, personal data, no data, ID number, affiliation, work history, criminal record, no data.
It's going well, the research.
Yep, they know a lot about her. And this is items of note. Self proclaimed guardian of justice has been cited mainly in Tokyo since they don't know when, they know it's in the 90s. Reports number in the hundreds. Sudden decrease in witness reports soon before the appearance of Sailor Moon. I
Mm.
do love the drawing of Sailor V though. She looks really cool.
Yeah.
And a little bit different outfit from the Sailor Guardians outfits that we've seen so far.
Yeah.
She's
Showing a
got like
little bit
shoulder
of
pads and
a midriff.
yeah, it's a little crop top moment. We love that. So another gorgeous drawing of Mako, and she says, "The mythical guardian of justice, Sailor V." And then Usagi's looking at it, and she says, "Hey, look at this crescent moon mark here on her forehead. Is it just me, or do you think she has something to do with the Moon Kingdom Luna was talking about?" Look at Usagi, deductive reasoning. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah. Matching cashews all around.
Choke on my wine.
Oh, sorry.
Oh shit, fucking cashews. Okay. Oh shit. So then Maka says, "Is it really a big deal?" Luna said she didn't sense anything from Sailor V. And Ami says, "Maybe Usagi is sensing something from Sailor V with her own powers." And Usagi looks dumbfounded. She's like, "Me? Do something right? Do something good?"
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you bitch, you're Sailor Moon. And Ami says, "You remember what Luna said? We haven't fully awakened yet. It's possible that Usagi's awakening has accelerated. The healing move you did with the wand Luna gave you, it was very powerful, and you are our leader after all. Maybe you have special abilities that the rest of us don't." And Usagi's like, "Very powerful. Special abilities? Me?" But it was the moon wand that saved everyone. Besides, Tuxedo Mask was there for me. I think he was why I was able to use its power. And she looks so cute rethinking about Tuxedo Mask, her eyes closed.
Yeah.
She just looks adorable. And she's looking back at Mako and Ami and she's like, "I'm gonna have to tell them about Tuxedo Mask, about who he really is, and that he knows that I'm Sailor Moon. This is too important to keep from everyone, but if I tell them, they'll be shocked. They'll totally bite my head off. I know they will. And then I may never be able to see him again." So she's in this dilemma of, do I tell my friends something really important, or do I want to sneak off and see this hottie later?
Yeah. It's a tough one.
It's a toughie. So she says, "I don't know why, but whenever I think about him, my chest starts to hurt. Not yet. I have to keep this a secret, just a little longer." And then, because when things get too serious in Sailor Moon, they have to do a shift.
Yeah.
Umino pops in.
Budinsky.
Budinsky himself, and he says, "Hey everyone, what brings you all here today? I should have known. The Sailor V game." And it's funny because they're at school, and he just hops on Ami's laptop like he owns the bitch.
Rude.
Really rude. And Amako's like, "Umino." And he says, "You want to know about Sailor V? Puh, oh, please. Who cares about her anymore? These days, Sailor Moon is the one you really need to keep your eye on. Right, Usagi?"
Mm.
And Usagi is shook. She's like, what?"
Yeah, big sweat drop.
Big sweat drop. And he says, "But I'm going to find her first. I'll be the first one to meet her in person." And then Usagi's like, "Oh, thank God, he doesn't know it's me." Crisis averted. But all the girls have sweat drops. They're like, "Yeah, Umino." And Ami says, "Don't you think Umino here is acting a little strange?" And then Luna pops in because where the fuck has she been? And she says, "What's gotten into him? He's being awfully aggressive." She was probably off somewhere not telling someone the full story.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Luna, I don't know. He had this intense stare and he kept babbling on and on about Sailor Moon." And then Mako scoops up Luna and says, "Luna, I haven't seen you at school in ages." And she's like pinching her little cute cheeks. And I just love Mako for it.
I do. Again, looking adorable.
Adorable as hell. And then Luna says, yes, I've been holed up in the underground command center. Where's Naru? She's not eating lunch with you guys? And then Usagi's like, oh yeah. So she goes to get Naru. And she finds Naru in a classroom. And she's like, Naru. And uh-oh, Naru's eyes are scratched out. That's not a
We
good
know what that
sign.
means. We know what that means.
And she's like, let's go have lunch. And then I would just want to mention this little chibi drawing of Minako and
Yeah.
Artemis, even though we don't know who they are yet.
Spoiler.
Spoiler.
Second spoiler alert.
So then Luna comes by and she's like, Usagi, Naru is acting strange. You didn't notice? There's something wrong with the entire class. All of them have scratched out eyes and are muttering to themselves. And then Luna goes, because we can see the videotapes in their bags from Bad
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And Luna goes into Usagi's bag. Or no,
They're glowing though. How can we see them?
I guess Luna just had, she used her X-ray vision, something else she hasn't told us about.
Yeah, okay.
And she reaches into one of the bags and she finds the Dark Rentals videotape. She's like, a videotape? Dark Rentals? Super shocked, but we cut to Usagi going with Ami and Luna going down to the Crown Game Center. And she's like, hey, Matoki. Somehow he got out of jail, I guess.
Yeah, well, look,
I
he's
guess-
on day release.
Day release! I was going to say his parents posted bail. So Matoki's like, hey there, Usagi. Hey, Ami. The arcade-
Sorry.
Did I get you? Oh.
I'm good.
So Matoki says the arcade is dead right now. Nobody's coming in. It must be all those new video places popping up.
The fact that there's a pedo working there. Putting them up.
God. Everybody's renting
Right,
movies
sorry.
like there's no tomorrow. And then he mentions to himself, I don't watch a lot of movies myself. Yeah, I don't think they have a lot of movies in jail. That's fair. So Usagi says videos. And Luna is losing her shit. She's like, and she's like flustered in
Jesus,
Ami's
she
arms.
is. Calm down.
Losing her shit. And Ami's like, Usagi, hurry. So then Luna pops up and she's like, insert the video into the Sailor V game, which I don't think arcade consoles have videotape.
No,
like,
I'm guessing this one
areas.
does though.
Yeah, this one must. Because she's like,
Conveniently.
it says, into the game machine? And Luna says, this game machine connects directly to the command center below. And Usagi's like, it does? Once again, withholding information. Luna's favorite pastimes are withholding information and hopping on people's heads.
Yeah.
So they try to insert the tape into the command center and it starts going on the fritz. Electricity's popping out of the machine. They're all screaming and freaking out. And then the tape pops back out. Ami picks it back up and she's like, the video shot back out. It's like the machine is rejecting it. Probably because it doesn't belong there, girls.
Yeah.
It doesn't belong in a video game system. But Luna says this is no ordinary video. Did it come from the enemy? And Usagi says, forget about that, Luna. What happened to the Sailor V game? I think the video broke it. And then the screen cuts back on and Sailor V pops up, the little animated chibi Sailor V. And she says, what are you waiting for, Sailor Moon? That's a brainwashing video. The enemy has flooded the town with them, and brainwashing is the least of your worries. People's lives are in danger. And Usagi's like, what the fuck? Sailor V, the game is talking to me? I would be shook too.
Yeah.
And she's like, no way. And Ami says, Usagi, go. I'll take this to the underground command center, talking about the videotape.
Yeah.
So they open up the entrance. Ami transforms into Sailor Mercury, and she is researching the tape down in the command center. And she
Protective
says,
eye goggles.
Yeah, she's got her protective eye goggles in case it tries to brainwash her. And she's like, is this subliminal messaging? And an image of, is that Zoisite? I can't really tell.
It is.
It's
I'm
Zoisite?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an image of Zoisite, and Zoisite says, find Sailor Moon. She knows the secret of the mystical silver crystal. Capture her. Bring her to us alive. Give Sailor Moon to the Dark Kingdom. And then Ami starts to feel a little weird, and she says, what's happening? It's draining my energy. And then the command console down in the command center starts to go on the fritz too, probably because of the tape. And Luna pops in and she's like, did it say Dark Kingdom? And Ami says, what is the Dark Kingdom, Luna? And she says, they keep using people for one evil plot after another. Who are they? What do they want? Oh no, that's Ami. Ami says that. And then we cut to outside of Juban somewhere. It looks like a Ferris wheel. It looks like a carnival's kind of going on.
Yeah, pretty.
Very pretty. And the crowd is chanting, "Bring us Sailor Moon."
Possessed
They're,
mob.
yeah, fully brainwashed mob. And they're looting into buildings. Like, you can see them in this next panel crashing into some establishment. They're like, "Find her. Where is she? Where is she?" And then Sailor Moon pops up. She says, "I'm right here, bitch."
Oh, Ko Usagi.
And, I gotta mention it. She has her mask in her other hand. She's taking it
Yeah.
off, but she has it. And she says, "I am the guardian of love and justice. I am the pretty sailor suited soldier. I am Sailor Moon." And then she raises the moon wand up high in the sky and says, "Moon healing escalation." That's the first time we've gotten that, isn't it?
Yeah, because
So
she
the
didn't say
first
that
moon
when she did
healing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
So that's awesome. So she power shoots out of the moon wand. It covers the crowd, and they're all like, "Where are we?" They're dazed and confused. And then in pops Zoisite, because he was laying in wait for her, and he says, "Sailor Moon, so good of you to come." And I love this drawing of Sailor Moon. This intricate drawing. She looks really, really
Yeah,
cool.
really cool.
And she says, "I will not stand by and let you sneak into people's minds when all they want to do is to enjoy some entertainment. In the name of the moon, I, Sailor Moon, will punish you." And then she uses an attack that she doesn't use very often. And she touches her tiara, the little jewel in her tiara, and she says, "Moon Twilight Flash." But Zoisite, he ain't falling for that bullshit. And he
No.
disappears. And then he reappears behind Sailor Moon and has her in a chokehold. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure every single Heavenly King has put one of the Guardians in a chokehold. I'm pretty sure Jadeite did,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure Nephrite did as well. So
yeah,
this is
I
like
think
their
you're right.
thing.
Yeah.
So Jadeite has her, and Jadeite, listen to me. Zoisite has her and says, "Now tell me, where is the mystical silver crystal?" And she's like, "I don't know." And then in pops Sailor Mars. And she says, "Evil spirit, be gone," and
Looking
shoves all this energy at him. It looks super fucking cool.
bad at.
Looking badass as hell. And then here comes Sailor Jupiter. She says, "I'm here to help Ray. Supreme Thunder." And Zoisite basically puts his arm up, and him and Sailor Moon are in like a protective bubble. So their attacks come flying back at them. And Ami and Luna back at the command center, instead of helping, they're just witnessing everything. And they're like, "Ray, Mako." And Jupiter and Mars are on the ground, trying to recover from their reflected attacks. And Zoisite says, "Little meddlers." And then Usagi's thinking to herself, "I can't take it anymore." And she grasps the pocket watch that Mamoru left, and she says, "Tuxedo Mask, help me." And then, of course, does he? Yeah, he pops up, right?
Yeah, waiting in the wings.
And he sees there's a barrier. I can't get close. And then he says, "Usako," to her. They're not really together, but they're like, and Zoisite says, "Now die." And he's about to, it looks like he's about to, like energy enter her head. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a thing whizzes past Zoisite, and it's a little cat. And has like
The cat broke it.
yeah. And then the cat says some crescent threads. Like this drawing of
Yeah.
Zoisite, they completely tear into his body, and he's basically a sack of meat. Eviscerated. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Sailor Moon hits the ground. Zoisite is gone, and she looks up and she sees a sailor suited guardian with a little cat. And then there's a crescent boomerang looking thing in this guardian's hand. And Usagi's like, "What the fuck?" And then in the next page, we see them again, this sailor soldier and a little cat. And Usagi's like, "Who's that?" And that is how we end Act 7.
That's such a good way to end.
Such a good way. Also to note, this is the end of, we've been reading out of the Kodansha Eternal Editions, and this is the end of Volume 1, so Book 1, basically. And next time we'll be reading Act 8, which is called, I believe it's called, Minako Sailor V. So, we're getting, finally, we're getting another, spoiler. We're getting another Guardian. But we will be reading this from Volume 2 of our Eternal Editions, which has Ami on the cover, aka Sailor Mercury, and it's got like bubbles everywhere. It's super cute. I just wanted to mention it because the Eternal Editions are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
And Yeah, so we've wrapped up Act 7. Marcella, what was your favorite part? I gotta go back and look through for myself.
Yeah. Oh yeah, good point. I loved the start with Mamoru and
Hmm.
Usagi because she transformed back at that stage, hadn't. But anyway,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
those two and their connection. I really felt it. I really
Yeah,
felt their
same.
strong connection. And I love the fact that he actually did share with the class, unlike she who shall not be named.
Yeah, a particular feline.
Yeah, it just got me in my feels. Got me in my feels,
Hmm.
man. So I liked that bit, and then I just love the extended bit with Beryl because we haven't, even though we've sort of seen her a few times now, we haven't had that much. We haven't had that many panels
Right.
dedicated to her.
Yeah, to learning anything about
Yeah,
her.
and learning about Beryl's boss. They were just beautifully drawn. And I
Hmm.
know, you can't get this across, obviously, on a podcast, but I'm assuming people have seen pictures. And if they
Yeah.
haven't, check them out.
Yes,
But
they're
I just
so
loved,
good.
yeah, that whole dedicated. I just thought it was beautifully drawn and just really interesting
Hmm.
little kind of backstory for Beryl. And then finally, just the appearance of Sailor V.
Yes, the elusive guardian.
Yeah, who, of course, at the time of reading my first way through, I'm like, who is this woman? Even though I kind of figured it out,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, it's not that difficult. But no, I liked that little appearance of her at the
Yeah,
end and
same.
the kind of the cliffhanger. And I was immediately
Hmm.
jumping on like, order volume 2, order it now. Yeah, it's so good. Oh,
So good.
I feel quite sad that we've got to the end of the first volume, but also
I
excited for what's
know.
to come.
I know, me too.
Anyway,
Um,
what's yours?
let's see. I think, yeah, I mean, I hate to sort of piggyback off of you, but
No, no, it's
honestly, my favorite parts were the Mamoru backstory,
yeah.
learning like, a little bit more about him and like you said, his connection with Usagi, like you really start to feel it that there's something between these two, despite that they've low-key hated each other in the other acts, there's been a
Yeah.
little animosity, but you feel that like there's something bigger at play here.
But I love in shows and books where, I don't know, the kind of the most interesting love stories, not in real life,
Mm.
obviously, but
Right.
in fiction, then the most sort of exciting love stories tend to come from that initial,
Hatred.
we hate you. Obviously I'm
Yeah.
talking about Pride and Prejudice is the classic one, isn't it?
Oh, of course, yeah, true.
Yeah, I love a bit of that.
And my other part, like you said, the more of the Dark Kingdom backstory was really cool, and yeah, it's just the Dark Kingdom stuff that during like the flashbacks and Queen Metalia's appearance was awesome. But
Yeah.
just the drawings are so detailed. Like there's one page when Metalia's speaking that there's just like scales, like snake scales, lizard scales on half the page, and it's like, what the fuck does that mean? But it's just so it really feeds into like the darkness and like the terror of the
Yeah.
Dark Kingdom, and I just think that's so fucking good. And
She
shout out to
does.
Bad Blockbuster, it's awesome.
Oh, of course, yes. She does the sort of evil side, the dark drawing so well, and it's such a contrast
Yes.
to the kind of sort of little chibi drawings and the little kind of
Of
the
like Usagi and
yeah,
stuff.
just the hearts and the bunnies, and you kind of like you're looking at it and you're like, oh, this is quite girly and kiddie and but great. And then you have the Dark
Hmm.
Kingdom stuff, and it really is,
Terrifying.
the exact opposite. I love it.
Seriously, yeah. Shout out to Naoko Takeuchi. She's an
Yeah.
amazing artist.
Mm.
But yeah, I think that's all we got this week. Like I said, next week we will be reading Act 8, Minako Sailor V, but I just want to take a second to congratulate us because we're halfway done with the Dark Kingdom arc.
Yeah, wow.
We're officially half done because there's 7 more chapters in the Dark Kingdom arc, and then we will be on to the second arc of the manga.
Yeah, gosh, it's gone so fast.
It has gone fast, but I'm loving every second of us
Me
doing this
too.
podcast. It's so much fun.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so thank you guys for listening. You can follow me on the internet at JustinGray22 across Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. So that's where you can find me.
And you can find us on Twitter at Sailor Manga Pod.
Yes, and you can write in an email to us if you like at sailormangapodcast@gmail.com. And please
And
do.
please, yeah.
Please do. We haven't gotten any messages, and it makes me really sad.
Does me too.
But you
Somebody
can change that by writing in to sailormangapodcast@gmail.com.
let us know you're out there,
Yes, let us know you're
because we
listening.
enjoy doing this regardless.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We're gonna keep doing it
Like,
whether
yeah.
people listen or
Oh,
not, but,
yeah,
like,
definitely. We're gonna keep going because this is too much fun. But it would be great
agreed.
to know if people were, actually listening.
Yes,
And
I
just even if you
agree.
just drop a line going, "Hi,"
Yeah, exactly,
we'll
like,
write back
tell
and we'll
us,
go, "Sup."
"Hi." "Sup, girl?" Pour one out for the ladies. Alright, so, we'll talk to you guys next week, and in the name of the moon,
We'll be back soon.
bye, guys.
Bye.
I'm
Yeah,
about to
well.
draft this email for you. Like, where's your nap blanket? Where's your Sailor Moon mug? We need to know. Because I was going to say, if you haven't drafted your email for your nap blanket and your mug, I will go full American on Redbubble. I'll do it.
You need to, I love it, full American. Yeah,
I'll go full American.
you need to channel your inner Karen for me. I'll send
I'll
you
do the
my
updated
draft.
version of Karen. I'll become Caroline. Okay? I will
Oh,
do it.
wow, that's next level. I'm gonna send you my polite British
British
draft, and
email.
you just Americanize it for me.
Perfect. If it says, hello, sorry to bother you, it's like, listen here, bitch.
Translated.
I'll translate it for you.
Hi, sorry to bother you. Listen here, bitch.
We're going to settle this nap blanket
Oh,
saga.
I love it.